Assalamualaikum guys, hope you guys are well. I've got my brother Imran with me today just to talk about general Islamic topics. How are you doing, brother?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum everybody. Thanks for having me. I think we should dig in before this food gets cold.
Bismillah. You been to Zulus before?
Plenty of times. Not recently.
Yeah.
Because of Ramadan Sharif.
How was your Ramadan this year?
It was different, alhamdulillah.
Different, yeah.
It was different. Staying at home, not having the massages, no tarawih.
There's benefits to because obviously COVID was lockdown. But even Allah says look at the good in things. So even having COVID and Ramadan, alhamdulillah, in our household and in anyone's household, it must be beautiful to spend time with your kids, your wife, and doing your namaz, tarawih together. There's a different kind of feeling. So that's why this was quite unique for me.
Me personally, I heard from a sheikh maybe about a year ago, and he mentioned the ayah in the Quran. He says, whatever happens in your life happens for the better. And obviously this pandemic happened. It never happened just locally. Yeah. Happened worldwide. Wherever you look, it was just craziness. But subhanAllah, Allah works in the best ways. We see short term, but Allah's plan is for the long term.
Long term.
So this year, like you say, being together with the family, spend every iftar with the family as you can, unless you're working. What I took from this was a lesson where alhamdulillah, make dua for me, everyone. I'm trying to continue my ibadah, what I was doing in Ramadan, to now.
And that's the effective way. If you can keep that momentum, because it's momentum at the end of the day.
100%.
So if you start with Ramadan, end of it, you're feeling why is Ramadan? But if you can keep that momentum, that's key.
Every year I fall. Every year I fall. Maybe
on the 30th or
maybe
29th.
maybe for example, the 6th Shawwal, the 7th Shawwal, I'll fall off. But I've made a conscious decision that inshallah this year I want to continue it, and not just continue it, add extras with that as well. Like you say, your ibadah is not just for 30 days a year or sometimes 29. I personally think it's
365.
100%.
365.
If you're going to do it, I personally think you should all in.
Yeah.
Because Allah gives you His all. So the least we can do is give Him our all. Pass me a slice of pizza before it gets cold.
There you go, brother. So this is going to be a new series that we're going to be starting, inshallah. We're going to be going to local takeaways, ordering the food in. We're going to have a guest every week, and we'll be reviewing their food and just have a general chit chat between us. And it's going to be Islamic. Your experience of Islam, how you turned to Islam, what's your best advice for youngsters, your tips to gain and go on the path of Allah. But yeah, so today we've got Zulus. It's in Dundee. I'll put the link in the description. You need to try their thighs. Very, very juicy, very nice. May Allah give them barakat.
Ameen, Ya Rabbi.
One thing that's underrated are the pizzas. The pizzas
I've never actually had a pizza from them.
No. The pizza is very underrated because it's a chicken place, a peri peri. What do you usually get and what do you really recommend?
I have wings, man.
Wings. You're a wing man.
I'm a wings man. I go extra hot. Extra hot? Yeah.
Extreme.
Does it extreme though?
I don't know.
No.
I think that's what the purpose.
Extra hot.
You know what I actually like about Zulus is the consistent in the food.
Yes.
Whenever I've had wings, it's been always on point. Wings, that's why this plate's right beside me.
It's got the wing tray.
Yeah, of course.
I've got the pizza tray.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, this was all planned before. But alhamdulillah, yeah. So whoever's watching, please make dua for them. May Allah put more barakah, inshallah, in the business, in their life, and in akhirah as well, inshallah.
Talking about business, my last video, which will be here, did you manage to watch it?
No, I was busy. I'm always joking. Alhamdulillah, I did watch it.
Oh, sure. What do you think of it?
We've had discussions, obviously, I know you personally, alhamdulillah, you're a brother of mine. When you came up with this idea, I was like, when a penny drops, that's exactly what it was. I personally, this is my personal point of view, I think it's a great idea. Reasons are, Allah gives you so much on a daily routine from the time you wake up, from the time till you go to bed. Not talking about business now, just talking about your personal life. When we wake up, how many of us, for example, give shukr?
We're seeing,
for waking us up.
We're breathing, we're smelling.
Just for waking us up.
Yeah, just waking up.
Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed, I've got 2 beautiful children. Alhamdulillah. When do I ever thank Allah that, Ya Allah, you gave me 2 children who are healthy, who can see, who can walk, who can talk. Like your video, for example, if it's a reminder, just like you say, when you say is make Allah a 10% shareholder.
Yep.
That's metaphoric.
Yeah.
That's totally
I wouldn't clear that.
So
it's going to be a metaphor.
I think
Allah doesn't have any partners. Obviously.
I think 99.9% of the people know that, understand that. Of course, I understand that. Everyone I've spoken to understands that. But that 10% is just given not to Allah, but in the way of Allah. Given back to His people.
That's it.
Does not matter if he's Muslim, non-Muslim, black, white. Like, there's no colour creed in the creation of Allah. So, even if you give back, whatever way, that either be, like you say in the video, was beautiful, doesn't have to be, i.e., like, a third world country. It could be your next door neighbour.
This is what I wanted to clear anyway, that alhamdulillah, businesses or individuals given the way of Allah, and they've been given for all their life as well.
100%.
The purpose for the last video I made was that if you make any kind of charity of any way of Allah in your title, the 10% share, which is to Allah, that will give you a reminder, a weekly reminder,
100%,
that your business is running because of Allah.
100%.
Allah is the Almighty and all powerful.
100%.
So every Sunday or wherever you do your weekly like ups and downs, you remember 40% share goes to him, 5% goes to him, 45% goes to him, and 10% goes to a charity. So like everyone does do the charity, alhamdulillah, and they do that all their lives, and they've probably done more than me. But the purpose with this of the last video was just so if we have a connection for our business, our livelihood to Allah, it will give us reminders every week. So for example, if you do your take-ins on a Sunday, when you give the 10%, it reminds you Allah.
100%.
It reminds you of your namaz, reminds you to shukr, Allah, you've made this much.
100%.
You do shukr that He's giving you this business. So it just gives that trigger to just remind you.
And the other thing is, I'd say, is like it gives you something to look forward to every week. So there's 52 weeks in a year. You're going to do 52 profit and loss every week. Every week you can do something different. Something that you always wanted to do. When you do it on Sunday, if you try to get it done by Wednesday, for example, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're thinking, next Sunday, what can I do? You get me? You give you something to that looks forward to, and you do a lot more research on what you can do. It's just more time that you're spending and thinking in the way of Allah, which is also ibadat.
I think even like, going back to this pandemic, what's happened, and a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of people have been affected by it. Me personally as well, who have actually had this illness in the family, and alhamdulillah, with Allah's mercy and rahmah, alhamdulillah. So it's not a thing where it's it can't happen to me. Now these things, or like you say, going back to what I was saying when I had the Sheikh saying, every calamity there's, as I say, there's a silver lining. Allah works in the best ways. I think like what you were saying earlier on, where every Sunday or that'd be every Saturday, whatever day it is, if we have that same drive and say, right, you know what, every single week we will put X amount aside and we will do a project every week. Now that project doesn't have to be building a madrasa, which alhamdulillah, inshallah, one day Allah gives us.
We can get to that.
100%. Baby steps. Everything's baby steps.
Then there's a goal there. Like
100%.
if you have a goal in your life that inshallah one day you want to create orphanage or you want to get school in a very poor area, it's not just going to come like that. It's a weekly kind of contribution or reminder, baby steps that you're saying.
The ultimate thing I believe in now is if you're spending in the way of Allah, leave that to Allah. Watch how many doors, like you say, how many doors will open. Now you, for example, where you say 10%, just say that 10% is £50. That 10% is £50 a week. I guarantee you, inshallah, I've got the yaqeen, the belief that Allah will increase your wealth that much that that £50 inshallah would have £500 inshallah.
100%.
So your spending when Allah will increase every single week. If it doesn't even increase, I will put more, like you say, more barakah in there as well.
100%.
Everybody's got money, but you ask Allah to put barakah in that money for you.
Anyone could have millions in the bank, but if they're not content, then they're never happy. Whereas if you've got 10,000, but
100%.
If you've got the only way you get content with the money is through barakah, and the only way you get barakah is if you spend in the way of Allah.
The thing as well is like, even if you do that, Ansaar, especially you have children, remember we were talking about a couple of days ago. If your children see this, or the other family members see this, remember a tree doesn't grow in a day. You have to plant the seed first. Now you're planting the seed here. For us is a major thing. For Allah it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. If you're watering that plant every single day, one day that plant will become a tree. So what we have to do is we have to nieces, nephews,
that's a very good analogy.
Fathers, everybody, so on and so
we
forth.
just plant that every day, and let's just plant a seed, and then inshallah, 20 years time.
Not even family, maybe inshallah next door neighbours.
Yeah.
Your friends, your local friends, your friends maybe whatever. So me personally, like it's like we always say, me and you always say, what legacy do you want to leave?
Yeah.
And I always say to a lot of brothers and sisters as well, is what legacy do you want to leave behind? There's one thing guaranteed. There's one thing that's 100% guaranteed. It's death. 100%. Every soul shall taste it. But it's how you actually want to go, what you want to leave behind.
What do you want to be remembered for as well?
Mashallah, the food tastes amazing because it's like...
I'm flying on wings, bro, right? But I've just been like, I'm going to swap these plates.
Exactly.
So you have these rings.
Well, alhamdulillah, so much barakah. Like, even treating the chips, just because you talk about Allah and the zikr, there's so much barakah.
I'm not Thais, I think you've changed me to a Thai person.
I think you already told me this, that alhamdulillah, you're going to start to implement this idea. In regards to implementation, so how do you do it? Like, for example, do you do every week on a weekly basis?
I pass it on a weekly basis, sorry.
On like a Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
The field I'm in, it's Sunday to Sunday.
Sunday.
What I do is obviously for my take-ins, I calculate that, put 10% aside, and alhamdulillah, me, yourself, and a couple other brothers as well, we've decided to do something together on a weekly. The reasons I think being as well, we get together, we put some time and effort into it as well. Not just like giving the money away. And if we want to buy a car, we'll go to maybe 10 showrooms to go look at the car. But I don't want to be spending the way of Allah just to like give the money and say, okay bro, you deal with it. It shouldn't work like that. You should spend that time or even more to see like, okay, where we're actually going to spend this money this week.
For me, I work at TradePit, so I get my wages on a monthly basis. So like I've got a direct debit onto a separate account, and usually when I've got cash in hand, I've got a mug upstairs in my bedroom. So like if I've got cash, I'll just put it in there.
Obviously, everybody doesn't get paid weekly. I think that's definitely a good note what you've done there.
Because because I've got a separate account.
A lot of people do get paid monthly.
I don't have a.
So not weekly thing.
I just work up my outgoings in that time, and then take that 10%. And inshallah, like I was saying, spending, and I mentioned in the video as well, spend third world country and local, but inshallah in the local communities we'll be spending money to the local organisations.
I think that's the least we can do in our local community. Either that be just now the NHS and stuff. All folk homes, even like you say, let's even go back to our neighbours. People are slightly less fortunate.
What do you think is the best ways to spend?
You know what, this is why this idea is so amazing that you've got 52 weeks in a year. You can adopt 52 ways of donating in the way of Allah every week, even if you want to do it different.
What about if somebody gets paid monthly? Could they do it monthly?
They could do it monthly.
Right.
They could do it monthly from the wage. But from a business, the way I do it is every Sunday to Sunday, just like yourself. I would recommend doing it on a week-to-week basis because it's always on your mind and you're always buzzing and looking for the next thing to invest into, basically.
Because it's invested into akhirah.
100%.
Because we spend 7 days gathering money or making money, investing money into our business, into our dunya, but we don't invest money into our akhirah. So we should spend, even if it's half an hour on a Sunday when we took our takings in and invest in akhirah. That could be like 1 week, often next week, the week after NHS locally, the week after giving it to madrasa in Pakistan, or even your local masjid. Alhamdulillah, we've got like 4 masjids, so in 4 weeks we can give it to different masjids
100%.
every week.
100%. See, another thing as well, what's the satisfaction like when you spend that first one in the wheel? How did you feel?
It's a buzz, like you're addicted to it on the first hit.
Like for example, if you spend on material things, I think
you don't get that.
No, but me personally, like
it's that I spend novelty factor, eh? Like you spend 3 days on it, and you're like, I want something better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
because I think, but then that sums up to me, like dunya. It's just short term. Like you buy, for example, brand new phone. For the first 2-3 days, you'll be on all the time. After that, it's just a phone to you.
Yeah.
You buy a brand new car.
You want something better.
100%.
And that's the nature of humans.
And that's the great thing about this is that you always want to, go up a level. If you start something small, donating in the way of Allah, every week you'll see from Allah itself, Allah, He'll give you so much barakat and so much more that every week, even that, you want to do more and more.
See, this is the beautiful thing as well. boys, is that metaphor again. In the eyes of Allah, nothing's small. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
100%.
Like, you know, like for example, if like we go to the masjid or we go anywhere and people are putting change in, notes in, don't think like he's putting 50 and I've put in £1. You know what I mean? There's no rates.
Yeah.
There's no currency exchange in the eyes of Allah. Do you know what I mean? It's a consistency. It's a consistency we do. And like you say, it's a beautiful reminder, like, is this a reminder?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Unfortunately, like the way things everything are right now, we all fall into the dunya. And we're all guilty for that. Me first. But it is just a little reminder. And I think another thing as well, if I never had you pushing me in this, I personally think I wouldn't have maybe come up with this. Like, you've became like a wasila for me to do this. So I'd like to thank you. Reason being because when if Allah says that, He says, if you don't thank my creation, how are you going to thank me? So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to spend the way of Allah. I think, Makar, you would agree with that?
100%.
There's definitely nothing from me. Like, it's all through Allah. Viewers who are interested in any other topics, if you just comment below and be part of this conversation. Write in the comments of our discussion and anything you want to discuss. Inshallah, next week we'll have a new takeaway. Recommend what takeaways we should go. We're in Dundee, so if you guys are from Dundee, recommend what takeaway and what we should buy. It has to be halal, obviously. We'll buy that. We'll have a discussion.
Kullu halal.
Kullu halal.
I think everybody, inshallah, whoever's watching, make dua for Ansaar. May, inshallah, Allah keep on this path. Because this path is the righteous path, alhamdulillah. But it's very hard to stay on this path. So please, the viewers, the elders, even your parents, whoever's in the house, please make dua for him. Make dua for me. Make dua for yourselves as well. That like, see, he can continue and get closer to Allah. See, that's our ultimate goal, is just to get closer to Allah. I think if you do this, bro, then it will benefit me selfishly. It'll benefit your family, your children,
And the
your
main
wife.
thing is your kids. Because
Your
you're
kids.
leaving when
100%.
like that seed.
100%.
And if that can grow into a massive
100%.
tree,
That's what I'm saying is
it's
like...
sadaqah jari for you. Because whatever they do, wherever you all get swab forever for that until Qiyamah.
The main thing is like, just, let's say, if we said anything wrong here, took out anything out of context, like I say, on behalf of you, forgive us.
Yeah.
Because we're humans. We are made for error. We make mistakes.
If anything good's come out here, this came from Allah.
Yeah.
We're nothing that...
We make mistakes, but we'll continue to make mistakes. We're not masoom.
Lastly, let's do dua for Zulus. We'll be finishing this.
As you see from this plate, it's all gone.
Bang the wings.
But, mashallah.
They're banging.
Very, very nice, mashallah.
Very, very good.
Like I said, nobody's paying us for doing promotions for the place. Alhamdulillah, and kindly offered me to come. Alhamdulillah, thank you. Food is beautiful. They're very, very nice brothers as well, mashallah. Beautiful food. And whoever's watching, make dua for them as well. May Allah put more barakah in their business, their families. Thank you. Bloopers, mate.
Oh, wow. And nobody needs to see that.